What's going on, everybody? My name is Brandon DeShields, aka Dieminion. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Always repping Philly. I play fighting games. That's one of my best hobbies that I've been doing for the past 13 years now. Met a lot of cool people. Some of my best friends are in this community. I've been all around the country, hopefully to travel outside the country and actually play for once. Been to a lot of crazy events, had the most insane times that I've ever had in my entire life through this whole community. Had a lot of fun playing, being one of the top 5 in the world, Marvel 2, which was a lot harder back in those days than it is these days, because that game didn't have no comeback factor like that, and if somebody was better than you, you probably wouldn't beat them. So, at least not for a while. But yeah, I mean, I love everything about it. You know, it's just everybody gets together for 3 days. You got hundreds and hundreds or thousands of people just getting together for all these events. You got Smash Brothers here for Apex. You got King of Fighters, Persona, Marvel, Street Fighter. These events are amazing, and you get to see people that you would normally never see anywhere else. Like your friends that live miles and miles away, they all will gather here. So it's really cool at these events, and I'm not ashamed to be doing, like I said, it's a hobby. I wouldn't recommend doing it as your job. You know, it's just not enough money in this particular scene, like how League of Legends is or StarCraft at the moment. But it's a really, really fun hobby. Like I said, I personally enjoy, and I don't know. I mean, it's what I like to do in my spare time. So it's cool. So, like I was saying, like this year's Apex was definitely a huge improvement from the last one. Like I said before, they had Big E help out, which I feel like made a huge improvement because he's a well-experienced tournament organizer, and he helped smooth things out for the fighting game community side of it. And also they had more space, and the way they had the setups position, like everything ran on time for the most part. They also had men running the brackets, which really helped out. I mean, Alex Stripe, the whole entire staff was great. The air conditioning probably was the best part. Last year, the air conditioning was not so good, so it made it almost impossible to even want to play the games. So that was a huge improvement. They had a projector set up in the middle hallway, which was nice for the viewers and everything. I don't know. I mean, it was cool. You know, everything just worked out well. It was better overall. You know what's funny? Actually, I didn't really come here specifically for Street Fighter. I mainly play Marvel, although I did train the past month for Street Fighter. And surprisingly, I didn't even make it out of my pools in Marvel, which was weird. But I made it out in winners in Street Fighter, and I noticed there was a lot of upsets. You know, Kevin got taken out early. Sanford, Wolf Crone. It was just like unbelievable. Like people. But what I think it is that people actually want to win now. Like people want to actually learn how to win instead of just going, oh, I'll pick this character and hope for the best, or this top player is here, I'm automatically going to lose because it's them, like I suck. People actually got rid of that mindset this weekend, I feel like, and they actually put the work in, believed in themselves, and did what it took to win, which is why I feel as though there were a lot of upsets. Not taking anything away from the people that did lose, but I just think that people were more hungry this time around than last time. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as myself, I didn't really think I was going to do that good, but when I did start winning, I got a lot more confident, and then it made me more determined to go even higher than just top 16 or top 8, and so forth. So, and I actually I didn't lose any of my matches up until the I think winners finals with Lionheart. I went 2-0 against everybody. So I mean that felt really good. But no, I mean it just I guess just winning and seeing other people win like Jerron and Lionheart and all the other people that weren't expected to get top 8. It just made me say, all right, you know what, I can do this. Like, let me just try. Let me just do the best I can, believe in myself, and just outthink all my opponents. And it worked. It worked and got me to the grand finals in the winners side. So it worked out pretty well. But yeah, it was a lot of upsets. But it wakes people up, man. People are hungry. People are just more hungry these days. So Evo is coming up, new season. Sorry. So it is what it is. But it was overall good though, really good. Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this because there's not a lot of Seth players besides, I think, myself, Online Tony, and maybe a few others. Cammy is probably one of Seth's harder matchups.
Yep.
She can, yeah, Arturo knows, yeah. See, you know, another fellow Seth player, Arturo Sanchez, he knows. Seth does have every option in the game. I'll admit to that. He's really cheap, almost to the level of broken. But Cammy has particular tools like her cannon spike. Sometimes you can, if you go for a jump roundhouse cross up, it can just autocorrect and hit you almost every time. So you have to time it differently. Her walk speed is really fast, so she can chase Seth down. If he tries to wake up teleport out of her dive kick mix-ups, she can just walk forward and go low forward medium cannon drill. So it's like things like that. And her damage is ridiculous too. You know, like he can't take a hit. So one hit from Cammy is like he's gonna get 2 mix-ups from Cammy, he's stunned. So it puts a lot of pressure on you as a Seth player. But as far as K-Brad goes personally, it was very exciting to play him. I did beat him 2-0 in the winners bracket of the top 8. So I was nervous the whole time because I'm sitting here trying to just not even get a low short. I don't want him to get anything. But I got perfected a few rounds also. So it's a lot of pressure playing him. He's very offensive, but also he's very smart too. He has really good defense, really good at reading his opponents as well. But I felt like when I didn't play as conservative as I did in the grand finals, I won more. Like I could do better against Cammy because you can't sit there and let Cammy pressure you. You almost have to pressure her. So when I was doing the pressure, even though it's not in Seth's favor, it worked out for me better because I have all these options. I can command grab, uppercut, you know, go low or grab or whatever. But when you play conservative, it gives Cammy the full advantage, especially when you have the disadvantage. So, but it was really fun playing K-Brad, man. It was very exciting player. Probably took me to my limit this weekend out of everybody I played. Really close games. And he deserved the win, you know. He definitely deserved the win. But I'm going to get him next time for sure. Next time. Yeah, always got like, actually, there are 2 people who are really close friends of mine, pretty much family to me, which are John and Annie Costantino, recently married and have a newborn baby, and got a house, so congratulations to them. I've never really been a team kind of guy. I've always been just playing on my own. I didn't really like the whole team thing, but I was really close friends with them, and you know, we used to go to the break where players like KDZ, Marlon Pye and stuff, they all played over there. So I started going there a lot, and then getting even closer with Annie and John. And, you know, they said they started this little team called Always Godlike, and if you were interested, you know, you want to tag along, you know, starting a little sponsorship thing. You know, I thought it was cool, so I said, hey, you're friends of mine. I like the idea, so I said, why not? I've never been on a team before. So yeah, I mean, but like they're really good people in the community. Kazi was actually a Street Fighter player. He doesn't really play much anymore, but he played El Forte, was one of the better El Fortes on the East Coast. Annie actually did play as well. I think she played, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Cammy, I think it was Cammy, yeah. So she actually played the game as well. So they both were in fighting game tournaments. They started out in tournaments, and then actually Kazi's job, he's a graphic designer too. So he does a lot of graphic design. So he was doing like the tournaments design and doing artwork for the team website and all that stuff, and helping a lot with the sponsorship. Well, him and Annie. So they both played a big part in it. I don't know, if it wasn't for them, a lot of things wouldn't be possible. Like, I probably wouldn't even be in the fighting game scene anymore because it was dying out for me. Because, you know, I already had my era in Marvel too, and I didn't really feel strongly about the new era because, you know, it's like, you can only do it for so long, you know what I mean? But thanks to them, honestly, thanks to them, I stayed in the fighting game scene. And it made me more motivated to try and represent, you know, that team more because they're good friends of mine, like family, like I said. And I know they just kept pushing me, honestly. So I have a lot to thank for them. And they actually helped me out with setups and stuff, like, you know, sticks, control, monitors, everything. It's just, that was mad homo. But you know what? I love JRosa. He's the man. But no, like, seriously, they played a big part in me being here even today in all the other tournaments that I recently entered. So definitely been a great help. Love them both.
They don't stick together.
Hey, that's the captain of Philly right there. I mean, it is what it is. You know, the Philly scene. Man, it's the thing is they have really good players, But like you said, they don't really stick together as a whole. So it's like, Kev, my brother, man, the best guy in the world. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, I appreciate it. They don't really stick together as a unit. Like, we do play a lot, like mainly Marvel at this stage. But it's like, I feel as though maybe all of them should come out more, because as a group, they could probably dominate the tournament scene like it's crazy. There's really good players. There's like Julian, Josh Wong, my friend Rasul, Dave, AG Felix, who's also a teammate of mine, AG Dr. Chaos. So there's a lot of people from Philly that just don't come out enough. And that this guy owns me free. So, you know, I feel as though maybe if once again I'm getting molested, as always, by my New York brethren. It's good, right? My man Bum right here, House of Crack legend. It's wild here all weekend. But no, I mean, but if it wasn't for them, honestly, like, even though they don't really come out as much, I mean, sometimes it could be with money, school, job, whatever. They actually helped me get to where I am today, because if they weren't around, I'd suck. Like, I have nobody to play. I would have to play online, and I can't do that. At least not with Marvel. So even though they don't come out, they're really a good, solid group of players. But you know, so yeah, I mean, I have to thank them as well. I honestly do. I mean, they're really, really good. And Josh Wong, who is secretly one of the best in Marvel vs. Capcom, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, needs to come out more. Thank you. He honestly has the best Wesker and the best Dr. Doom on this planet. He proved that at NEC when he did go. When he finally stayed for a tournament, he got top 4 like it was nothing. He swept the whole pool. So people like Josh need to come out more and get off League of Legends. It sucks. Actually, that has been a question I've been asking myself this whole entire weekend once I was doing good in Street Fighter. The thing is, honestly, it has brought my motivation up and determination up more for Street Fighter to get better. And the sexy Joshua Rosa here is but it brought my my motivation up for Street Fighter. So yeah, I think like Street Fighter is more of a game where I can actually control the pace, you know, like the tempo of the match, and I can, you know, at least decide like, okay, well, if I have the advantage, I can keep it. Whereas on Marvel, you have X Factor and all this other stuff, so you're winning, you can still actually be losing the whole entire time, which is, I guess, the same with Street Fighter, but not as much. But no, I definitely look at Street Fighter a lot more seriously now. I feel like if I take everything I learned from this tournament and take the momentum from this particular tournament, from the players I've played, everything I've seen, the experiences that I personally had, I feel like I can consistently keep placing high. I don't know about grand finals every time. I do aim for that, and I aim for the win. But I feel as though from this experience, yeah, I am going to focus on Street Fighter a lot more than I have recently. And I'm going to try to correct my bad habits that I found out that I do have from this weekend, and push it further so I can actually win next time. You know, like, second place is cool, not bad for a little return comeback, but you know, first place would be a lot better. So yeah, I definitely think Street Fighter would be more my main focus, but I still am a Marvel head by blood. I gotta play Marvel. It's still my most favorite game. It's what got me to where I am today. If it wasn't for Marvel, I wouldn't even be in this scene at all. So I'm always gonna show love to that. I actually did good in Marvel, but one thing I did learn that I have a bad habit of doing is not finishing the matches. And both of my winners, and both of my qualifying matches, I pretty much threw away the game both times. So it's not that I can't play Marvel, it's just that I need to learn how to seal the deal pretty much. So yeah, I'm still gonna focus on Marvel, but I think I'm gonna, you know, keep Street Fighter more of my main focus now.